Are you wasting your time and money on inefficiencies in the business? Are sales down and lead conversion rates are low? Are you having problems building or maintaining inventory levels? What does it really take to win in the automotive industry?
Get the cars that make sense for your store rather than just wishing at an auction, so it gives you that better control.
With over 25 years of experience, Daryl the Wolf Steed isn't just another industry voice. He's the guy who's out there solving real problems for dealers just like you.
They'll even say in the Pacific Northwest where you're at that it's a tougher market. It's, it's tougher to find cars. The market's a little bit softer. And in the midst of all this, your turn doubled and your profit's up 75%.
Yes.
The truth hurts only when it should. Are you ready to hear the truths? Daryl is here to unpack the hard truths and the proven strategies that will take your dealership from struggling to soaring. And he is taking it all in the streets, with real talk, open dialogue, unfiltered conversations. This is the podcast series, Street Smarts, powered by Smart Wolf Consulting.
Welcome back. We are here. We are live right now on Thursday, January 30th. We have 2 more days in this month, counting today. And I wanted to come to you guys with saying the time is now, right? Everyone who just got back from NADA, I hope everybody made it back safe, because we all know that it was a challenge to get there for a lot of the people. But, time is something that's not promised to anybody, right? And so when we talk about doing things, or we talk about making things happen, what I found was really interesting is that, how many people overthink and outthink themselves out of making a decision, good or bad. And, we have to stop hiding from that, right? We have the opportunity to seize the day, seize our own economy, do what we need to do, help our people. And the only one standing in our way is us. That's it. That's the only way that's the only person standing in our way is us, right? Is making that decision and moving forward. And the other part that I really wanted to talk about is the old stop telling, start showing. I've been on some webinars and podcasts and rooms across all the social mediums. And I'll be 100% honest. I think it's time we hold ourselves to a higher level of accountability. I cannot tell you how many people are on their soapbox and talking about all the things that they can do or that they are doing and everything else. And I think it's time that we live in the world that we like to sit there and say that we do, which is transparency. Be honest all the time. Let people see what you're doing, and you need to start showing them. So when people say oh, I can do this for you, I know I'm doing this, this is going to work. Are you doing it in your own store? Are you doing it in your own operation? When you tell people this can be done, are you just saying stuff and, essentially creating clickbait so that you seem important? Or can you back up with your statement or analytical data or whatever you may have that is actual verifiable, not manipulated, that shows that that's exactly what you're able to do? Or you of the sort that you sell a good show, you're all sizzle, no steak. And the reason I bring that up is I was on a couple different webinars, couple different rooms, and a lot of people were like, oh yeah, this works, that works, this is what's working. Dealers should do this, dealers should do that. And oddly enough, on deeper investigation, secret shopping, things of that nature, the people that are saying this can't even do it in their own store. They're not even being able to show that same thing that they're telling to people, instructing to people, letting them know that this is going to work with conviction. They're not even doing those same things in their store. They tell you that they have this great process. They're running an absolute wired drum. And you're sitting there going wow, wow, wow. And we're super excited about it. Then you secret shop the store and you find out they're not even doing what they preach. All sizzle, no steak, right? All sizzle, no substance. So I think it's time that we hold everybody to a higher standard of accountability. If you're going to tell people, if you're going to sell people on something that you say is going to work or that this can be done, then you damn sure better be ready to back it up with proven results and what you're able to do, what you do. I got asked a question, and this is what brought this whole conversation up, guys, is they said, well, I was at NAD, and they said, well, So what have you been doing? And I was like, well, I worked for, I was a director, and then I worked for ICO, and I did this. And they said, well, and they were from the East Coast, and like, well, I've never really seen you. And I said, I apologize. I was so busy in it and doing it, I didn't realize I needed to go out there and tell people about it. And so now I focused on letting people know what I do. I have the results to back it up. You can find them on my website. You can talk to dealers that I've worked with. But then I found what was interesting is a lot of people said, well, this person says this and this person says that. And I just asked one question. Did they ever show you what they're doing in their store? Have they ever been able to provide you proof of what they say they're doing? Or do they say it and they can't back it up? So when we think about that, we expect so much from our salespeople. We expect so much from our managers, as we should. But as an industry, vendors, dealers, GMs, principals, why do we not expect the same high level of standard from them? Why don't we expect that they have to back up what they say they do? They can't just say something. They actually have to show they can do it, right? It goes into that old, those who can't do, teach, and the ones that teach but can't actually show aren't really good teachers. We need to then really get to a level of a higher understanding of being part of, like, let's get back in the trenches and show people how to be successful. We can talk about it. We can certainly tell them and we can instruct them, but we have to be able to show them too. We have to be able to show them how to do it. Not saying we have to be better than them at it. Just saying we can't sit there and continue to allow people to tell us stuff without asking for verifiable proof. I would love to work with somebody to create a website when someone says something, almost like a fact-checking thing for the auto dealerships of how their store is doing. When they say they're doing that, are they really doing it? Or where someone can post that type of stuff to show the results they're getting and being fully transparent, right? If we're really going to stand up and say we're doing it, then let's make sure that we're actually doing it. I thought that'd be important because we're going into a very important time in the year of this is where you need to actually get in the trenches and do things, not think about it, not talk about it. You got to do it. And the way you start doing things is showing people how to do it, not telling them how to do it, showing them how to do it. So they have a great understanding of hearing it, seeing it, and doing it, right? VAC training. And if you guys need help with that, Smart Wolf Consulting has been doing that now in different iterations of this for over 15 years in the acquisition space and training space, because you don't have to be the best at one thing. You have to be great at showing people how to be the best they can be. And if you just tell them how to do it, and that's not how they learn or understand, and then that's not going to work. But if you're telling people that you're doing something, or that you're telling people how they should buy cars or how they should go about it, you certainly should be able to back it up by showing it and then being able to prove it based on results, not just hypotheticals. This is Smart Wolf Consulting. This is Daryl, the Wolf Steed, signing off. Just wanted to give you guys a quick special edition to, kind of get the conversation started. If you agree with me, great. Please post this, reshare this, comment on this. If you don't agree with me, or you want to troll this conversation because you might be one of those people that are telling people stuff but can't back up what you're doing, okay, I want to hear those comments too, because listen, everyone's invited to start the conversation. Have a great day. Have a great Thursday. And let's wrap up January strong and start February even better. Talk to you guys soon. Always a pleasure. See you next episode.